Hi there everyone, welcome to Alchemy. In this video we bring you the July forecast for Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising sign. If you'd like to know how this month's gonna go, carry on with us. Before we begin with this month's video, I'd like to apologize for not being able to upload last month's video. Most unfortunately, I had some technical issues and I really couldn't upload it, but I hope that this month you like your video. So without further ado, let's carry on. So this is the spread we have for Aquarius, those of you who have Sun, Moon or Rising sign Aquarius. If you have any doubts regarding your rising sign or your moon sign, I'm going to leave you here with a video where I teach you how to make your natal chart online for free, okay? And how to identify immediately your rising sign and your moon sign, okay? All you need is your birth data, okay? So the date when you were born, the place where you were born, as approximated as possible. For example, if you were born in a small village or town that doesn't show up in a map, use the nearest town near you, alright? That part is not a problem. But you should use the hour as precise as possible to the minute, okay? Because then it's the hour that's going to determine exactly which sign is rising on horizon at that time, alright? So, regarding this spread, for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button to know when we have new videos on the channel, and of course to comment, leave a like or a question so that if you need any answers, we are more than glad to read and to answer if that's the case. And without further ado, let's go into the spread for Aquarius that is a little bit tricky this month. So we start with the energy of the month and we have the Justice, but it comes with the Four of Coins. So what do we have here? The Justice is a card that usually talks about everything being working towards the fairest resolution possible, okay? If you have problems with justice, it's going to be solved. If there's something that needs to be if there's something that you feel that is a little bit unfair, this is usually a card that comes around and tells you that justice will be made, okay? The card of the Justice is a card that is very cold, all right? Even though it's under Libra, okay, Libra is its regent, the Justice is a card that is very cold because it cuts through anything, it cuts through any problem and it's just straight to the point, okay? It talks about proper balance, about harmony, about a just reward. So when it comes with the Four of Coins, it's a card that leaves me a little bit concerned because apparently you guys from Aquarius are worried about something being withheld from you, alright? As if you were not completely sure that stuff is going to be fair with you. So you are either clinging too much to something or you are afraid that something is withheld from you, okay? So during this month, the energy that you have is, even though everything around you is conspiring to give you the just return for whatever it is that's going on, okay, things are conspiring to be as fair with you as possible, okay? But then you feel like something may be withheld from you, something is being taken away from you, or that you need to cling on to stuff more than usual. Hold on to your money, hold on to your relationships. You need to keep things close to you and not give them much room, all right? Especially regarding your material life, it seems like your financial life, it seems like you are too afraid of not getting your money back or not getting paid, or something here is bothering you and you are very, very concerned that you may not have enough, and you may turn into a little bit of an avaricious kind of feel, all right? So for this month, this is the energy that we have. We have an energy of fairness. You are trying to be fair with those around you, and everything around you is trying to be fair with you, but you are feeling like something is not being left available for you. I don't know. This is a very hard combination to explain, because this Four of Coins, usually it's a card that's very associated with being how do you say it in English? I just said it. With avarice, with greed, with being too concerned about material. All right, so I wouldn't quite know how to lighten this up for you, but this is your main concern this month, that something is not being given to you, is not being presented to you, is not being it's not given, that they're not giving you your fair return. All right, you are in a kind of a I don't know, you are unable to share. You are somehow suffering from anxiety. It's even hard for me to talk about this because it's weird. You are under stress due to your material circumstances, and it's weird. The words are hard to get out of my mouth right now because this feels weird, especially for Aquarius. This is a very, very confusing energy. It's a very worrying energy, all right? Then we have the obstacle of the month. I wouldn't say the obstacle, I would say the challenge for this month. The card of the Judgment, it's an amazing card, especially because it talks about you being able to overcome something. Usually one says that a problem can't be solved on the same level that it was created, because for it to be solved, you need to either acquire resources or acquire knowledge, or both, that will allow you to solve this situation, okay? So in any case, what's going on with you is that you have to make choices. Again, you have here a card ruled by Libra, the Two of Swords. So you need to make choices. You need to make decisions. And in this spread, you have another card that talks about decisions. That's the Seven of Cups regarding your work. So this is a very complex spread at the same time. You have here a card that talks about making choices, about making decisions, about using your mind to cut straight to what is necessary, okay? And the card of the Judgment is a card that talks about you being able to overcome situations that are reoccurring in your life once again, okay? It's stuff that has been happening once and again in your life. You turn around and you're faced with the same circumstance over and over again, even if it is through someone else's face. All right, it's a different person, a different job, a different surrounding, but the core of the situation is the same, and you're being faced with situations that you have already faced before. Problem: the solutions that you gave to that situation before were not the best ones for you. Were just like a panacea, were just like an easy fix. And now the universe is asking you to make the hard choices, all right? It's asking you to make the hard choices so that you can once again have the choice, the opportunity to overcome that situation once and for all. The card of the Judgment usually talks about overcoming something once and for all. But the problem is, the card of the Judgment talks about karmic situations. If you're noticing that in your life, during this month, you are going into the same stuff once and again and again and again, stuff that you've already been encountering before in your life, okay? It's time for you to look at stuff and see what can I do differently that will give me a really final outcome, okay? One of the situations that I usually associate with the card of the Judgment is For example, someone who has a history of abusive relationships. You have an abusive relationship, then you run away and you find another relationship, again it's abusive, and you run away and you find another and you run away, up until a point where you just say, hey, I'm not going to leave my life behind anymore because of this person, because of the situation. This time I'm going to go to the police. I'm going to do whatever it needs to be done so that this doesn't happen anymore, and that I'm not left with nothing once again. All right, and that person breaks the cycle, gets the courage that it needs. All right, in this case, the resources, courage and self-esteem and notion of self-worth, and the person goes after what needs to be done, okay, and goes to the police and gets rid of the bully once and for all. All right, and this breaks the cycle because the person finally understands that she can't leave all her life behind just because of that every time that the same situation occurs. Okay, this is one example. I could give you many others with the same kind of theme for the same kind of card, but this is an example for you to grasp the idea of judgment. So something in your life has been happening once and again. You may be encountering bad bosses, or you may be encountering envious colleagues, you may be encountering bad neighbors, you may be encountering problems with your family once and again with the same subject, with the same person. You may be encountering problems in your relationship. You may be encountering problems with your finances. Anything that may be going on with you, I'm more than positive that this theme has already been showing up in your life, all right, and that you've already tried a ton of different ways to get out of this kind of situation, but most of those different ways amounted to the same, okay? Most of those ways amounted to the same sort of resolution, just with a different name to it, okay? So in this case, you may need to try a different approach, make different choices so that this can be solved once and for all. But this is the challenge for this month. It's going to be challenging. If you cannot overcome this, you're going to encounter this same situation all over again a little bit further down the road. If this month, because you have here all the information to allow you to make different choices, if this month you have the ability to make this life-changing choice, hey, I believe that this situation regarding your justice here is going to be solved. And because this judgment, what tells me is that whatever it is going on with you, and with you feeling that something is unfair towards you, it's not been the first time that's going on. And you need to have a different approach. Either you need to be more assertive, or you need to use your head and think about stuff instead of reacting. Either you need to trust more. Something's going on in here and you need to give a different answer to it. Then we have your love life. And regarding your love life, we have the Death and the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is a beginning. It's also a card that talks about love, talks about emotion, okay. It's usually a very positive card because the Ace of Cups is usually a blessing, okay. It's a card that talks about joy, that talks about understanding, happiness, fertility, all right. It's a card usually talks about stability as well. Everything is well in your emotional world. But this comes with the Death card. So regarding your love life, for those of you who are in a relationship and want to keep it and make it stay stable and happy, I would say that there is something in there that needs to be changed. It needs to be overcome. It needs to be transformed. Either you need to have a very powerful and deep heart-to-heart with each other so that stuff can be laid on the table and you can understand each other and see what can be changed regarding the relationship. Either you need to change habits, either you need to change the way you talk to each other. Something needs to be changed, especially something that touches you deep down to your emotions, okay? Something needs to be changed that connects to your emotions, and it allows you to have a different emotional response to the situation, okay? So, for those of you who are alone, I would say that this is an excellent month for you to reconnect with your inner self, to reconnect with your emotional side, to reconnect with any pains, any traumas, any suffering that you may have left from other relationships, or even from, it doesn't have to be love relationships. It may be family relationships that taint your love relationships. It may be friendship relationships that taint your love relationships. It may be lack of self-esteem. It may be lack of self-confidence. Anything that roots from feelings deep down needs to be changed. Anything that hinders your love life and has its root on feelings needs to be changed, so that then you can open yourself up to love, to a new love life. So it doesn't mean that the relationship has to end for those of you who are in a relationship. If it is the case and you see that there is no other way out, by all means, end the relationship if that's what you feel it will be best for both of you, okay? But first, consult with your significant one and see what can be done to change and to improve your love life and your common situation, okay? Listen to each other, listen to each other's pains, listen to each other's feelings, so that then you can rebuild anew, okay? Regarding your money life, and I think that money and work are the crux of the matter for you this month. You have the Temperance, and it comes with a Two of Cups. Temperance, it's a card that talks about balance, all right? And here you see an angel. He is floating in the air indoors, so there is the earth element around him, so you have a material place where he is floating inside with one hand full of water and one hand full of fire. So he is balancing all four elements around him, all right? So the card of the Temperance is a card that talks about alchemy, talks about equilibrium. Nothing is gained, nothing is lost, everything is transformed. That's the idea here. It's not a card, it's not a card of abundance, because nothing is being created, nothing is being generated. It's just being transformed. So it talks also about adaptability, okay? So I would say that this month you're going to have to balance your money to make ends meet, and probably you'll need help with the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is usually a card that talks about associations, contracts. So it may be the case that you need to either get a credit approved, ask for some help, ask for a loan, and then sign on it, okay? Because this card is a card of alliances, it's a card of contracts, okay? If we were talking about love life, this might have been a wedding. In this case, it's talking about a contract, okay? So you need to see about that. You may need to ask for a loan to balance your finances. You may need to ask for a credit, an open line of credit to your bank to balance your finances. You may need to ask for help, maybe from your family or from your spouse, to balance the money, all right? The thing is, it's not for you, for example, to get a credit for X money at the bank and then say, whew, nice, let's go on vacation. No, it's for you to see, hey, I need to pay this, this, and this. And this credit allows me to, after paying all that, just have a smaller debt that I can manage, all right, much better. And the idea is for you to manage that debt in a way where you can climb out of debt, all right? It's not for you to refinance and refinance and refinance and just forget about it. No, it's for you to find enough money to pay what you need and then dig yourself out of the hole. So it's not a month for you to spend at all. It's a month for you to balance what you have, possibly asking for help to balance your accounts. You may even need to ask, I wouldn't say, if you don't want to ask for money, ask from family or from friends to give you a little bit of a hand with food or whatever. You need to get something here that will help you make the ends meet, okay? But it's a troublesome month, okay? Even if you have money and you're not in that much of a sticky spot, it's still going to be a month where it's going to be touch and go, okay? It's going to be hard for you to keep track of what's going on and exactly how much money you have. So this is a month where you should be careful with what you spend and how, okay? Where you spend and how you spend. So not too good, but the Two of Cups is a card that tells me that there is help going on, okay? There are ways where you can get help for your situation, and with that help, you can dig yourself out of whatever situation you are in. If you're trying to invest in anything, if you're trying to invest in anything, be very sure of what you are investing in, okay, before you sign the papers, and also make sure that you have some connection towards what you are investing in, all right? Because you need to have here some sort of connection, some sort of affinity with that, okay? Regarding your health, we have the Hangman, and the Hangman is usually a card that talks about inactivity. It's a card that talks about a moment where everything stands still, nothing seems to change, nothing seems to move, nothing seems to evolve, okay? So this is a card regarding health that is very associated with a lack of vitality, with you feeling worn down, burned out. It's associated with melancholia, with depression, with apathy, okay? So it's a card that is very introspective, okay? On the outside, you don't see much going on, but on the inside, there's a lot going on, especially regarding your feelings. And you just feel like you're burned out, like there is no use, like you are completely spent, okay? And this card that comes with it, it's a 7, sorry, not a 7. I see here the image and I always think that it's a 7. It's the King of Wands. What does this tell me? You need to seek an expert, okay? The kings are always the representation of authorities in whatever area they show up in. So in this case, you need to seek an authority, you need to seek an expert, you need to seek a doctor, okay? A doctor that helps you find a new flame within you. So I would say a psychologist, a psychiatrist, someone that makes you feel more alive. Someone to whom you can talk to, that will give you the therapeutic tools. And it doesn't mean that you have to take any medicine. Sometimes you just need some deep therapy for you to achieve a point where you feel like you have your flame back again. For some people, that may be the case that for you to feel more energetic again, what you need to do is just go to the gym, okay? And by going to the gym, also you have some more endorphins running around your body. You feel more alive, you feel more active, okay? And you feel happier. So you can find a new flame within you just by exerting some more physical activity. So this expert in this case may be a personal trainer. So you'll have to adapt towards yourself, towards whatever it is that's going on. What this is telling me, this goes a lot with the Justice and the Four of Coins card. There is something that you feel that is being taken away from you and you feel completely drained, all right? And you need to find a new purpose, a new strength, a new ray of sunshine, a new inner light to shine through you, okay? So in this case, I would ask you to seek an expert, either a therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, a holistic therapist, whatever it is. You can work with florals, you can work with Reiki, you can work with going to the gym, whatever it is that is your walk of life, whatever it is that you may feel that will help you overcome this situation would be the best choice for you. Seek the adequate professional and go for it, okay? Then you have your work life, and your work comes with the card of the Strength and the Seven of Cups. The Strength is a card that talks about mind over matter. It's a card that talks about you not letting yourself just react to whatever is going on, but that asks of you to act, all right? For you to use your mind, for you to use your conscience instead of just using your instinct and your animal sense of preservation and just reacting to whatever it is that's going on, okay? You also have a Seven of Cups that tells me that there are some choices to be made. So if you are seeking for a job, you may have more than one offer on the table. And if you don't react to a situation of lack, but you do use your mind, you negotiate, you ask, you inquire, you weigh your options, you'll be able to make a great choice, okay? But if you just simply react because you're lacking money or whatever it is, careful with what you do, okay? If you are waiting for the renovation of a contract, it may be the case that you have more than one offer on the table. And if you are working in a steady job, you may have several tasks presented to you for you to choose one to engage into, okay? Several projects, several possibilities or different functions that they may ask you to perform, okay? And you will need to use your mind and make wise choices while doing so. But with the card of the Strength, it's a positive card, so whatever it is a situation, it's going to have a positive outcome, all right? So long as you use your willpower and your strength of mind and of principle, all right? Then we have your spiritual life, and your spiritual life comes with the Empress and with the Four of Swords. Again, you are exhausted, the Hangman. So your spirituality is telling me that you are very fertile, very creative, very in a place where you can receive a lot. You're very receptive and you are very open to the gifts that the universe has to you, all right? And the universe has plenty, okay? But you need to retreat, you need to rest, you need to go in a retreat or just be alone. Whatever it is that you need to do, you need to gather your strength back again so that then your spirituality can help you in making everything around you bloom, all right, and making things happen in the world around you. Because spiritually speaking, you are in a place where you have a lot of support with the Empress, no doubt about it. But you need to rest before this can materialize into the world, okay? If you're working with affirmations, if you're working with visualizations, vision boards, whatever it is, it's great, and the universe is saying great for that, but you need first to replenish yourself with new energy so that then you can apply that towards what you want and what you need, okay, and towards your spiritual practice. Also, this, whatever it is that your spiritual practice right now is sort of your strength, sort of your safety right now, okay? So please carry on with it, because that's where you're going to see what the universe has in store for you. And so let's see what the Ascended Masters and the Isis Oracle have to tell you. And in here we have the Ascended Masters with Lord Ganesh, that it's a Hindu elephant-headed god. He is called the Overcomer of Obstacles, because just like elephants get rid of obstacles in the middle of the way, so does he, and he clears your path of any blocks, all right? And he says as follows: all the doorways are open for you and the pathway is clear. Any previous obstacles have been removed. Keep a positive mindset about the situation to ensure the best possible outcome. Additional meanings for this card are: The answer to your question, whatever question is going through your mind, is yes. This is a good time to make a move or change. Your prayers have been heard and are being answered. You have positive support for the situation. Keep the faith. Okay? So, in here, a very positive message from Lord Ganesh, giving you strength and support for you to move on with stuff. And here we have Isis with the Serpent of Fire card. Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. Isis, Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood and Queen of the Serpent Fire, guides you through transformation now as your energy field grows stronger and old energies are burned away in the process of your growth. Trust that you are knowing and are more capable than you have been previously. Do not assess your current ability based on past standards, as they no longer apply to you. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have been before. You need to learn afresh what you are capable of, and Isis will help you now. The serpent headpiece of Isis represents the inner fire serpent or Kundalini, as it rises in accordance with spiritual growth and empowerment. This happens when the time is right and we are ready. It is important to realize that as your inner energy and power is growing now, you need to get used to new levels of strength. This means that you will need to adjust your sense of your own abilities to meet your new levels of energetic empowerment. You will need to realize you are capable of more than you previously were, and also you may need to temper your behavior to take into account the greater power and effect of your words, thoughts, and actions. When you grow stronger, your words, thoughts, actions, and intentions gather potency, more so than before. Your responsibility for what you put out into the world grows too. In the same way that a drop of water causes less movement than a tsunami, your emotions and words will have a bigger effect because the energy behind them, your serpent of fire, is awakening. Isis can help you manage this process so that what you put out into the world comes from a place of wisdom and love, service and compassion, healing and awareness. One of the first lessons this card offers you is the recognition of your power. It is perilous to underestimate your spiritual power, as you can unintentionally create harm by not realizing that your actions and words have an effect on the world around you, and the effect of those actions and words comes back to you multiplied as a karmic return. Serpent of Fire calls you to become aware of your power by having an open and curious awareness and noticing with detachment and clear perception the signs of confirmation that you do have an effect upon your surroundings. You can then manage your power with greater wisdom. So, a card here that talks about having a great power that's represented here by this Empress. Spiritually, you are very strong, but sometimes when your energy is awakening, you feel just that your physical energy is drowning. So you may need to retreat and do a little bit of retired moment of rest before you can actually assimilate all that into your life and then use it with the full force of your new power and your new energy. Okay, so I hope that you have liked this video, that it made sense to you, that it helped you, and I hope to see you again in the next video. See you then. Bye.